this short video we are going to list some of the advantages and the most interesting features offered by the ARW-96B fine dust meter. The first interesting feature is definitely the display, a color graphic display where we have all the information on the first screen. We have information related to temperature and humidity, which is one of the advantages it offers, because the device also allows us to measure ambient temperature and humidity through an internal sensor. Of course, since the sensor is positioned on the outside of the device, holding it in your hand will somewhat alter these parameters. Therefore, to obtain more accurate data, you should leave it in the environment for a while to let it stabilize. Another piece of information, we have the parameters we have are PM 2.5 and PM 10, which are, let's say, the two most widely recognized mass levels. PM 2.5 and PM 10 are displayed in micrograms per cubic meter. Then, at the top, we have the battery level and the date and time display. Okay, right now, of course, they are not set correctly. One of the display options is also a bar that lets us see the level ranging from green to black, basically indicating the concentration level and therefore also the level of danger. One additional and noteworthy feature that we should definitely mention is the existence of a comprehensive internal settings menu that provides us with the capability to configure and adjust two highly significant and essential parameters, including the overall display. And not only that, when we consider the total measurement of the mass, we can also accurately measure and count the individual particulate matter. So we can characterize the information on the display not just by mass, but rather by the specific particle count. However, it will function like a meter counter, a particle counter. All the fine dust particles that are detected through an acquisition system will be counted and displayed directly with a progressive number, depending on the setting we have chosen. This setting is always selected within the menu, which is the simple time. This allows us to set the acquisition level, that is the acquisition time, from 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, to 5 minutes, during which the suction pump we have is activated. In the, let's say, outermost part of the instrument. Another option we can access within the menu is also the presence of a memory, an internal memory that we can always view through the instrument by directly displaying the data contained in the memory. To exit the application, you should press and hold down the ESC key several times, pressing it briefly each time. Thank you very much for your patience. We have the possibility to move around. With a long press, we exit and go back. The same applies for entering the menu. Performing a long press on the device allows us to successfully enter the menu, while a quick and gentle tap of the button lets us position ourselves and use the navigation arrows. To start a measurement process, you just need to firmly press the designated start button to begin. We have a 5-second control rush at the start, after which the 30-second countdown we set for reading begins. At the end of the 30 seconds, we will have the result directly on the monitor. Here, as we can see, we have the indicator bar that shows us the level. Green means that we have a very low mass concentration. That is, in this case, we have no dust. Another advantage, and we can say the last interesting feature we can list about this device, the ARW-96B fine dust meter, is the ability to connect it to a device, to a smartphone or a tablet. You just need to go directly to the Play Store, to the website. We can look for the app that we need to download, which is called Air Detector. Let's go directly to the Apple Store and search for Air Detector. As we can see, it's the same version as the one shown on the product page on PC, and we proceed to install it. In this case, it's already installed. The connection is very simple because once we open the application, thank you. Regarding the device, if we have already enabled the Bluetooth functionality on the main screen, then the process of setting up Bluetooth is very simple. We can easily turn it off and back on. Whenever we manually switch the power off, the device will immediately sever the wireless connection. However, as soon as we toggle the power back to the on position, the device will re-establish the link and connect automatically once again. At this point, we can take a measurement directly from the device or start the measurement directly from our device as well. As usual, there's clearly the standard 30-second countdown. Here, we will always have the mass concentration displayed at the bottom. We also have a graphical display. This graphical display, clearly right now we're at 0 because the values are very low, as we can see. If we had higher DPM values, we would also have an indication, let's say, on the graph. Once it's finished, we basically have both the display on the instrument and the display on our device. As for illustrating the advantages and the most interesting features of the ARW-96B fine dust meter, we've covered everything. For further information or clarifications, please refer to the titles shown in this video. Thank you for your attention and see you next time.